Speaking at the 19th edition of the Education Summit, organized at the Leela Palace, Bengaluru on 16th December 2023, Mr. Ashok Gowda, Chairman and Director, EKAM Edify Institutions, Electronic City, Bengaluru, spoke to the Edu Bulletin and shared his thoughts about the summit, about the kinds of environments that schools can provide for holistic development of the students, and about how relevant is nano or micro learning in today's times. Let's hear his thoughts.
So we have with us Mr. Ashok Gowda, Chairman Director, EKAM Edify Institutions, Electronic City, Bengaluru. First of all, welcome to the summit, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, how's your experience here at the 19th Education Summit?
It's as always, it's a wonderful experience, and time to grow is growing. So we expect it to grow and probably host its 190th show as soon as possible.
That's great, sir. Thank you so much. So, like today, we are talking about the innovative education systems. So, how do you think that schools can come up with such kind of environments that can promote holistic growth of the students, not only in the like the classroom setup, hybrid environment also, and also the students live in rural areas of the country.
See, in India was always about the child's personality growth. Indian education system was always about the child's personality growth, and we focused more on the knowledge systems. Meaning to say, when the knowledge system is the focus, every child gives and every child takes. So this is what the Indian education system, and probably the only education system about. And when the Macaulay came to India and they surveyed for almost around 17 to 18 years, they surveyed and they have recorded it, how the Indian education system was. And to change it all, they bought this Macaulay education system, and then there came a classrooms, and then there came a subjects, apparently which never existed in India. We were the only pioneered education systems, and our pioneering was taken by the Finnish and Ivy boards, everybody. Wherein the inclusivity, there is no differentiation between the caste, creed, economy, and any other things was not there. We had everything to share with a child, everything to take from a child. So this was in Indian education system, and that's what we are trying to bring it back to India. Yeah, it's NEP, whether it's inquiry based learning, whatever we want to call it as, whether it's an IB board, but schools were never meant for a subject learning. It was always meant to learn everything from every child. So this is what inclusive systems was in India.
Absolutely. So, like in today's world, with technology also taking over, the role of teachers has changed quite a bit. So, how do you think we can empower our teachers and train them so that our students are future ready, job ready?
Definitely. See, at the end of the day, everybody need to sustain. Even in the knowledge world, everybody need to sustain, and there is an economical part to it. And when it's an economical part to it, definitely I should have a skill sets which I need to acquire, and for to making my living and the commitments whatever I have made to myself. That's what every child needs at the end of the day. For rising up to the need, the teacher also should understand that what is this child good at. For example, for Bhima, the Gade was given. For Arjuna, the bow and arrow was given. For somebody else, something was given. This skill set identification is what the main role of a teacher is. She has to teach everything, which is like, just like I keep saying it, take it for granted, saying that rice and rasam is served, but what is extra with that? Can I digest something like, for example, can I digest a ash guard? Some people cannot digest a ring guard. Some people cannot digest some other thing. And so, what is that I can digest? That's what should be identified by a teacher, and including the parents' parent system also should be taken. And then probably once the identification is done, the skill set should be given to the maximum extent. And this is what actually was our systems, and we are pioneered in that also. So
Obviously, fishes can't climb the tree,
yeah,
so we
yeah,
have to tailor our, you know, lessons according to
yes,
the child's needs. So it also gives rise to the concept of nano learning, macro learning.
yes,
So how relevant it is in the today's time? Your thoughts?
yes. Once in the growing world, and when the quantum physics is getting related to the Vedic sciences, so the nano learning in the classroom is a must, and definitely a child skill set identification, and with that the child's each strength and each weaknesses should be identified by a teacher itself in consultation with the parent, because again and again I am saying the parent is, once the parent is not consulted, probably there will be a huge gap between an child's environment. So the parent should be included, and definitely the minutest strength of a child
Right.
should be identified, and only then, uh, as the career counselors here, the presentation was all about, and probably it's a high time that we, by say by 18 years, we have identified our core strength, core values, and then we move on rather than wasting time. So at the end of the day, like, we have worked on 20, 30 years in a sector, and then probably it's a high time that, like, we start again teaching to the world that this is what it is, and start writing. India is all about knowledge sharing. So probably again, yeah, that child has to come back to the teaching industry and the knowledge industry, wherein, like, the child, the only thinks about giving rather than taking. So the nano learning, as soon as it happens, it is more better.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and we are very happy and pleased to have you here. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank you, thank you for this opportunity.